margin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the headquarters for Garrard Golden Lion Sports Network. I wrote it down.
We got a little rust. We're a little rusty here.
It's been a while. I wrote it down, and Jeff's like, you don't need to write that down. I was like, I do, because I always call it Garrard Golden Lion Sports Network, as we're here at the Nerve Center at Garrard County Educational Center. Kalem Gresham, Jeff Jacobs, Scott Boland. Today is going to bring you, I don't know if we call it a sports preview show.
It's a spring sports show.
It's a spring sports show because we're not exactly previewing since they've already started. But today we're going to meet with softball team. We're going to see the baseball team and then talk some tennis, which if there's anything we know about, it's tennis. We're very
backhands, forehands,
about
volleys,
as much as I know about football.
serves.
I know about tennis. But it's going to be good. So, all our teams have started off really well, winning records, playing very well. We've got some big district games coming up, baseball, softball. We're going to be broadcasting baseball this Wednesday, playing Lincoln County at home. 5:30 first pitch. Yep. And then we'll have softball, I think, May the 5th. May the 5th. So that'll be another contest that Jeff is going to, present for us. And, man, I'm just glad to be back. I missed all of basketball season with the girls' basketball team. I
hadn't thought about that.
I'm
he's
just
got
glad
a lot
to be
of rust
back.
on him, don't he?
I do have a lot of rust. I appreciate Jeff Moss stepping in with us as he's part of our team.
Were we kind? Jeff and I commenting on basketball and the coaching strategies and the decisions that were being made.
I'll tell you, there was more times you all were talking more strategy than we were. So we were probably on the bench just saying, "What in the world?" But yeah, it was very good. I will have to admit, I had a good time going back and watching it, and it made me miss being part of it because it is fun. Friday nights football we always enjoy. Football this year is going to look a little different as we got a new district. And I always look at where we're going because where we're going to eat.
Oh yeah.
So we've got some.
One of the most important things.
We've got
we
some.
Like to eat.
That's right. We like to eat. You can look at us. But I'm excited about our sports show today. Getting a chance to talk to Coach Todd Montgomery, Coach T. Ellis, and I'm not sure if Coach Coffey's going to be able to join us, but we'll have a good time with our student athletes. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a break, and we will be back with the Garrard County's Lady Lion softball team head coach Todd Montgomery. This is Golden Lion Sports Network.
Garrard County Athletics is proudly sponsored by the Bob Allen Motor Mall, Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, the Hunt Insurance Agency, Sutton Pharmacy, the Irvin Group Realtors and Auctioneers, Danville Office Equipment, Toyota of Somerset, and Whitaker Bank.
Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of Garrard County basketball. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all deal-maker priced. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking
with personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
At Toyota of Somerset, we've been blessed to serve our community and blessed to be able to support the local schools and their sports programs. It's just our way of saying thanks. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Hey, I'm Maria Montgomery, and you're watching Main Street Media TV.
And welcome back, folks. Golden Line Sports Network here at the Nerve Center, Garrard County Educational Center. Scott Boland, Jeff Jacobs, Kalem Gresham, and we're happy to be joined by head coach Todd Montgomery. Good to see you, Coach Montgomery. We're going to talk some softball stuff today. Again, normally it's a preview show, but we're not exactly previewing since it's a little bit behind, and you guys are already 13 games into your season.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? And so give me a little bit of synopsis so far of the first 13 games, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth.
Well, we started in cold weather, windy weather, and it's tough. Seems like Kentucky High School Athletic Association is pushing us earlier and shortening us up at the end. But we started, I think we were 7-2 or 6-3 right away, and we got into district play. We've played some games. We've got some injuries that's hit us this week.
Oh, yeah.
Some tough injuries. So we've got next person up and next opportunity for the players to have their opportunity to show what they can do.
Coach, I'm sorry, Coach. Kind of talk a little bit about, because we've had a lot of conversation about this earlier start and kind of the challenges that are. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, about the spring sports. So talk a little bit about how that compresses the season. I think a number you had given me. We have X amount of games to play and X amount of days.
You can play a maximum during the regular season of 36 games. And we've got 9 weeks to get it in.
That's unbelievable.
And you take away, your Sundays and Wednesdays,
right?
And you really start shortening it down that
way.
Yeah. And if you give them any break for the spring break, which we try to do, it leaves you very few days. I think it's like 45 days to get 36 games.
Yeah, 36 games in 45 days.
And that's in perfect weather.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's with no rain outs, no snow outs at the beginning of the year, all that. And, you kind of mentioned a minute ago, it has been crazy windy this year.
Yes,
I mean, there's been 4 or 5 days we canceled school one day, along with lots of teams or lots of schools around here because of wind. How has that affected you guys? Because you can't practice for that stuff.
We're fortunate enough to have a facility that we can get inside and hit in cages and throw that way. And we share that with baseball and the middle school programs as well. And the days that we can't, we get in a gym at the GEC building here. But like you said, the wind's been horrible.
It's crazy.
The weather's been horrible. But you just got to roll with the punches,
Sure.
And that's kind of what we tell our girls. Adversity hits you, so you've got to, whether it's weather or injuries or a bad call or anything, go against you or go for you, and you just got to make the best of that opportunity.
And you touched on it just a second. It seems like the common theme every year when we're talking with baseball, basketball, softball is district. Yeah. I mean, district's tough, and we are in a district in all sports that's very competitive. Lincoln, Danville, Bull, and it is a situation that they're big schools. And so it's something that, when you're looking at your schedule and you're scheduling, I mean, that you're going to have 6 games in baseball and softball. It's going to be tough.
Yes. Our district is tough. I was talking to somebody earlier, I don't know if it's Thursday or Friday, and they said that the 45th has one of the toughest districts, probably statewide in all sports.
No doubt.
And I had to agree with them. And you look forward to playing them. You want to see what you've got to improve on by the time district tournament gets here.
Right.
But it's not the end all or win all. I mean, win or lose, you can't make that your season.
Sure.
You've got to go forward.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that with our girls that, you got to advance. If you win your district regular season game, that doesn't mean anything come district time.
Right.
And the toughest game, I think, in tournament is that first district game.
100%.
The championship district game, I think, is kind of great.
That's a freebie.
And so knowing how tough the district is, that's definitely something you keep in mind when you're scheduling.
Yes.
Because you do want to challenge the team and kind of get them ready for those district games.
Yeah. When you make your schedule, we talked about the compressed time that we have, but you got to make games spaced out so where you can make up if you have weather, but also give you time to develop and go back and work on stuff that you're struggling with.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about doing the small things, and we have to go back and work on those things when we see the mistakes in games.
Right. One of the great things about baseball, softball is you have a great outing or a bad outing on a Monday. You got to come back on the next day, right? So you can have a short memory and be ready to back and play. I know I always look at football. If they play poorly on a Friday night, it's next Friday night before they play. But on the flip side of that, you don't have a lot of practice time in between. So once season starts, you guys are in go mode.
It's an advantage both ways. We said that Wednesday night, good thing we get to go play tomorrow night.
Right.
I played football when I was in high school as well, and it seemed like it was forever to the next game.
Absolutely.
But as a coach, you would like to have that time to correct things or work on some coverages, defense, or go get some swings in.
Yeah.
But when you're playing the next night, a lot of times you don't have to. So it's a plus and minus both ways.
So, Coach, before we asked you kind of talk about the players and especially these girls that you brought today. One of the things that's got all of us excited in Garrard County is these new facilities. And, there's a lot of groundwork that's being done out there right now. We expect in the next 4 to 6 weeks we actually start seeing some construction take place out there. So kind of what does it mean to be a head coach and seeing the future for facilities?
It's great that we see that what the district and the schools system is doing for our programs. And when you go to other places, we just played Boyle County Wednesday night on their new field, opening night at their place.
Beautiful facility.
Yes, it is, and we hope we match that.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're driving by schools, the average person doesn't go inside the hallways. They see the outside.
That's right.
You can drive by. I can use, I think, Clark County. You drive by there, and you got, they got it going on.
Cathedral.
Whether they got it on the inside or not. So the dressing that you see on the outside does put pride in the community, but also people driving by or visiting the area.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's talk a little bit about your team. I've noticed yours and Coach Ellis's team, man, y'all hit the ball. I mean, you got, I think, 6 girls that are over 400, currently hitting the ball. You got Molly's at 550, and it looks like Emily's at 614. So, I mean, you guys are definitely put the ball in play.
Yeah, we take pride in it. And I think Coach Ellis is a lot like me. We take pride in our hitting.
Sure.
And that's what we want to know. And we're kind of known for that, defense and our hitting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we work hard at it. At some games it may not show it, but we really work hard at it. Take a lot of pride in it. Our girls do too.
What would you consider probably as of right now some of the things you guys are really doing well, and then probably some things that we're going to have to work on before it gets tournament time?
It's a tough day to do that because we went through a struggle this week. And you get in a grind. April, I told the girls through this past week, April is a grind. Because it's really a full month. We start middle of March and kind of end in the middle of May. So April is a full month, and you've got to get those games in, and it's a grind. And they're teenagers. They've got a lot on their plate as far as school, and we ask a lot of them. And we talk about when they step out and be on a team, they're representing Garrard County, but it's tough on them.
Oh yeah.
So it's a grind. So, but going back to what we need to work on, we need to get back to hitting better, squaring the ball up better. Some small things as far as defensive coverages, and with the injuries, we got to find 2 outfielders can go get the ball for us. When we lose those 2 athletes that we have on the left and right field corners, it's going to be tough, but we'll manage them.
Oh yeah.
So, Coach talked about who you brought here today.
I brought 2 seniors. I've got Aislinn Ellis and Kylie Tudor. They kind of represent what our program is about and what our school's about.
That's right.
We rarely have to worry about grades or character on our team, and we're very proud of what they do.
And man, that's the most important, right?
Oh yeah, we talk about that all the time. Softball winning and losing is great, but there's more to team sports than that. Right. It's about the development of it that you'll look back on later in your life, maybe the year after you're out of high school. But a lot of times as you get older, 10, 12 years down the road, you look back at your coaches and the lessons you learn on the team buses, on the field, and practice.
That's what you remember, right? I mean, I remember playing baseball for years, and I can't remember too many wins and losses specifically. But, man, I have so many memories of just the team and hanging out in practices and, and trips and those kind of things.
Those relationships you build, and you don't forget them.
Oh, no, absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much, my man. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to May 5th as we'll be there. Don't let it rain.
Is that Friday?
It is.
It's a Friday.
I think it's against Shelby County. My family calls me kind of like Rain Man. I can get dates and things like that. I'm just a numbers guy. But that's going to be our Cancer Awareness Night.
Yes. That's right.
And,
that's great.
We've got something special planned.
Fantastic. Well, we're excited about it. I know cancer's hit everybody, and it's really been rampant in our little community with some people we're very close to, all of us, and so we're excited about that. Appreciate you guys doing that. With that, come on in here,
Thanks,
Aislinn.
Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach Montgomery.
Hey, we got royalty.
We got the Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen coming in and sitting down here. Hello, Queen.
Is that how you introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah.
You come in and say I'm the Queen. Right after you say, hey, I'm Coach Ellis's sister.
Oh, so what is the most important? What do you think? Coach Ellis's sister or the homecoming queen?
I think the homecoming.
Oh, no. Well, we'll ask him.
We'll ask him here in a minute.
In just a minute. But, Aislinn, this isn't our first time to sit and talk, so we're excited to have you back. Some folks that may not know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, some of the interests you have maybe outside of softball, so they can kind of get well acquainted with Aislinn Ellis.
Well, I'm a senior at the high school. I play both volleyball and softball, and I have played all 4 years of high school, both sports. I love being around athletics, just watching everything going on. I try to do good in school. I love to read, just those types of things.
So kind of like you, Coach.
Just
you love to read.
Honestly, just like me. I like the ticker on ESPN. I'll read because about it.
So, Aislinn, kind of talk about maybe a favorite memory that you've had that's softball related, and then what does after high school look like for you?
A favorite memory is definitely just being around the teammates, especially like bus rides or in the dugout, because being able to have that experience with everybody and just have fun is just one of the best things you can do.
Well, tell me about what's your most memorable time at a baseball or softball field with brothers and sisters. What can you remember
you spent
the
a lot
most?
of time on the
Because you
baseball
probably
field.
spent as much time as anybody in Garrard County's history as your entire growing up, younger years. You were watching Aaron and then T and then your sister Logan. What is some of the things you remember from that, and how did that get you the love of softball in your blood?
Well, I've always watched them growing up, so being around the fields and just watching them practice and play has always – I've seen how hard they work, and being able to watch that and see how well they did and everything that they, were able to accomplish, I knew I wanted to be able to accomplish something like that.
So what is the competition inner sibling? how does we're sitting around the table for just a dinner, and then they start pulling out stories.
Yes.
So what's the competition like around there? Obviously there's some inner Ellis competition going on. Gotta be.
Yes, there's always going to be competition within our family. So there's just no matter how little it is, there's always something going on.
So
that's really
plans
good.
after high school?
Yes, I plan to attend college. I'm not for sure which college yet, but I do want to major in either physical therapy or sports psychology because I feel like those are both professions that are not – they are well sports psychology is not as well known, but physical therapy, it's really needed, and I would love to work with athletes, especially.
Well, I'll tell you, when I was playing,
I'm impressed.
We would have had a psychologist. We'd have blown their minds if they would have tried to figure out what we were thinking. That would be great. So tell us one thing real quick. We talked to Coach Montgomery about how the season's going. Give us a little update real quick from your perspective on the season.
Yes. Well, the beginning of the season, we started out pretty well. We've hit kind of a slump, but I feel like we're going to be able to get out of it if we continue to work hard and be able to fix the small things and just make sure that we listen to what we need to fix and just things like that.
So I'm going to ask all of our student athletes this because show prep, we're going to talk about this Wednesday.
That's true.
Okay.
I like
walk-up song. What's your walk-up song?
Yes, it is Welcome to the Show by Cody Johnson.
Oh, welcome
yes.
to the show.
What's he do?
He's a country artist.
Country artist.
Yeah.
Country. Yeah. I don't know any of this stuff, so we'll have to figure all this stuff out. Well, Aislinn, thank you so much,
thank you for
Queen.
having
Great
me.
job.
We appreciate you
Great
coming
job.
in and go ahead and give it to Miss Tudor. Come on in here, Kylie. As we're going to let them switch off one senior to the next. I tell you what, I love your all sweatshirts.
I do too.
They are awesome. How are you, man?
They look great.
They look great. Yeah,
Yes.
Don't they look good?
Yes.
Yeah, they look really good.
I love the Power G there. Yeah.
I like that for sure. Well, Kylie, again, a lot like Aislinn, we feel like we've known you our whole life.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of folks that are watching has as well. But tell us some that may not know you, just kind of who you are, your background with sports, and just kind of what brought you to be a star on the Garrard County Lady Lions softball team.
Okay, well, I've played softball for all 4 years of high school. But Mom was an athletic trainer here at Garrard County.
Long time. Just
Yes.
did such a great job
So that's
for us.
kind of where I got around sports, and I started playing softball when I was 3, so I've just always kind of loved the sport.
That's right.
So,
well, and don't sell Mom short, because Mom was on the 1994 team. I'm sure you've heard many times that won the region in ladies lines basketball. So if you walk into our middle school gym, you can see her picture up on the wall.
That's pretty cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. That's a cool deal. So so for sure. So tell us a little bit about kind of your synopsis of the season so far. I know we've talked to Coach and to Iceland, but kind of some things that what's your perspective so far on the first 13 games?
I definitely think that we've started out really well. Our hitting, once that gets better, I think will be pretty hard to beat, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like our defense is pretty good right now. As far as me, I think that I just need to tighten up my strike zone. But other than that, I think we're pretty good.
Well, they're talking about getting their hitting better, and I'm talking about looking at your numbers. So if you've got 6 girls hitting over 400, you guys were really hitting it well for a while.
They hit the ball like I hit my face.
Yeah, well, oh, my goodness, we'd still be there if it's me and you. And we love those things. So tell us a little bit of like some strengths. Somebody that's never watched you play softball, what are some things that that's kind of your cup of tea?
Definitely pitching. Hitting is definitely not my strongest part of what I do on the field, but I definitely think that my pitching kind of helps carry me on the field because that's just my strength.
Absolutely.
So a favorite memory that we've had being a part of the softball program, and then talk about, because we've decided we're going to Berea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, college. So kind of talk about a memory and then transition that to why Berea College.
Okay. My favorite memory is definitely the bus rides, especially district bus rides. Those are definitely the highlight of each season.
Oh, yeah.
And then, so I will get to play at Berea, and so that was kind of one thing. At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to play ball in in college. But I just like Berea's campus a lot, and
it is nice.
I plan on majoring in nursing, and their nursing program's really good. So when they offered for me to play ball, I just knew that was it right there.
That's great. Well, we're proud of you. We wish you nothing but the best.
Absolutely. I want to ask you one more question. How many pitches do you throw? Like, how many different pitches do you throw in the course of a ball game?
6. So I have just a fastball, and then I have a changeup, and then rise ball, screwball, curveball, and drop ball.
Man.
That's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Now, listen, we could all get together. We've not had our Popolinos trip.
That's true.
We talked about it all basketball
that's true.
season. So we could eat at Popolinos and then go watch Kylie play softball next year.
Well, yes, that would be so much fun.
I'm in.
I'm 100% in. Kylie, thank you so much. We're so excited to follow you guys again. It's May the 5th. We're going to be
walk-up song.
Walk-up song.
Partition Beyonce.
Oh,
Beyonce.
Yep.
I've heard of her.
Yeah.
I don't know Partition.
It's just like the very first, it just doesn't have any words. It's just the beat.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
I'm gonna look it up. I'll put it on my Apple Play or whatever that is. I don't
Spotify.
even know if that's a thing, but it's gonna be. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back. This has been the Lady Lions softball team. We're gonna have the Golden Lions baseball team when they come back here in just a second. And this is Golden Lions Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of Garrard County Basketball. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all dealmaker price. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for our community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking.
With personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
At Toyota of Somerset, we've been blessed to serve our community and blessed to be able to support the local schools and their sports programs. It's just our way of saying thanks. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Hey, I'm Maria Montgomery, and you're watching Main Street Media TV.
And welcome back, folks, as that was the Lady Lions softball team, Coach Todd Montgomery, Islin Ellis, and Kylie Tudor.
Man, impressive.
I mean, I say this all the time, and we'll say it after we talk to the boys too, but, man, our student athletes.
Oh, my goodness.
You just first class.
Yeah.
And I have not we've been doing this now for a little while, talked to a lot of kids. I have never came out of a conversation with a kid and thought, man, I mean, they're all just
we're blessed.
Top notch. And speaking of top notch, head coach T. Ellis. Good to see you, Coach Ellis. Like we talked to Coach Montgomery, this isn't exactly a preview, as you guys are probably, 4 weeks into the season, something like that?
Yeah, I think 17 games.
17 games. So you're a little bit into the season, more so than we would in preview. So go ahead and give us a little bit of a summary real quick of the first 17, and then we'll go ahead and talk some more.
Okay. First 17 games, we're 13-4 right
wow, 13-4. That's impressive, Coach.
That's very impressive.
We've done different things well throughout the season. If we have one part of the game that's letting us down, another one seems to pick up there. I think through the first 8 or 9 games we had 5 errors, so we were under one a game. And we've been hitting the ball well. We're hitting well over 300 as a team. Our pitching has held us in ball games. Our defense is a little low lately, but we're trying to work on things on our off days and even before games. While we're taking BP, we have extra coaches getting our guys ground balls, fly balls, working bunt coverages, which is something that we've struggled with lately, but we're just trying to get better every day.
Oh, yeah.
So, Coach, one of the things we talk with Coach Montgomery about with softball is the KHSAA has kind of condensed the spring sports season, and I'm not a fan. I think it starts way too early, and for whatever reason it ends. There's like this deadline they're trying to meet for it to end, so it really condenses the season. And one of the things that Todd shared with us is they're trying to play 36 games basically in 45 days, which is crazy, right? So as a coach, talk to us about the challenges of the early start and trying to the compression we have trying to get our games in.
It is hard. They keep moving us up, which those dates are, if you have a 45-degree day, you're lucky.
Oh, yeah.
In early March, mid to early March. So the weather factor, I think the first week we played 1 game, and then 2 to 3 weeks later during spring break we're playing 6.
Right.
So that's always tough to get the guys to adjust to that. But they work hard.
Oh, yeah.
They've done it their whole lives, so they know what to prepare for and all that. But it is tough trying to get those games in. We play a lot of Saturday doubleheaders to help out, so we can get an extra practice day during the week. So. Yeah, it's tough.
So one of the reasons I won't call it a reason, but one of the reasons you have such a good record is what you're just talking about. Is you have so many arms to roll out there. When that happens, and you play 1 game a week, and then you turn around and play 6 in a week, you've got to have some arms that's pretty lively that you could roll out about anybody. A lot of the times in my years past, we've had a really nice pitcher or 2, but we've never had like 6. So tell us the really good issue you have of just having a ton of arms that you could roll out on the mound.
That's a good problem to have.
It is.
You're trying to find everybody innings to help development with those guys. But it started in the off season. We have to prepare all our guys. They start throwing pins in early November. We're actually December. Start off 20 pitches, build our way up to, about 60 right before the season. And we have three bullpen lanes we're throwing in, so we got
great.
3 guys at a time a lot of times, and just trying to get those guys reps, and then during the season they're ready for it.
Yeah.
So, Coach, one of the things, and you're a humble individual, okay, but I don't want to gloss over a record. 13-4. Now we're not satisfied, right? I mean, we want to win the district, we want to win the region, and we want to win the state championship, right? However, it has to be satisfying to kind of come back to your alma mater and kind of build. You can see this program really being built, and it's manifesting itself into a really impressive record and some big-time wins within the region. I've seen rankings. Rankings are rankings, but you want to be at the top of them, right? And I've seen rankings where we're ranked number 1 in the region. So, kind of what does it has to come with a lot of pride to kind of see this program get kind of rebuilt and compete at that high level.
It does, and working hard in the off season. Does a lot for that. Our guys and our coaching staff, they're putting in a lot of hours, just getting better, making the field look good, just different things go into it. But yes, it's satisfying. Well, like you said, you're never satisfied.
Sure.
We lost 2 with Boyle last week, and I would have traded 5 of our other wins for those 2. So
been there.
He'll just make it sweeter when we get them in the district, right? That's right.
That's the key. You brought it up, your amount of coaches, and one of the things that I've always talked about with Coach Gresham and different things is you can tell a lot of times the excitement that a program has by the amount of people that want to help.
I agree.
Yeah.
And you've had a ton of people that's wanted to help. Some paid, some not paid, some volunteer. To talk a little bit about what it's like to have that many folks and and some Garrard County alum and that's wanting to be a part of the program and what you guys are building.
It is nice. You have those coaches, and then you have guys that I haven't brought aboard that see our program getting better and they want to be a part of it. They might not be the right fit or bad timing or whatever, but our coaches now, I feel like, do a great job. If I don't see something, they're picking it up.
Right.
And you got eyes all over the field, so that really helps me out and the team. And we have several seniors and upperclassmen that help out with that also, kind of coaches on the field.
So. Right.
So, Coach, before Scott asked you to kind of talk about the young men that you brought here with you today, we get to host the district this year.
We do.
Right? So kind of talk about kind of what that means for the team and for the program as well.
Yeah, you always want to play on your home field, and you feel like you get, a little bit more advantage because you're used to it. The hops. We see the hops in practice every day. Know how to hit, used to the setting, the backdrop, all that, the hitter's eye.
Oh, yeah.
And then, hopefully you get a lot of community support, the fans coming out, which we've had all year.
Yeah.
So I don't see the district tournament being any different. But, it is important. So we want to do well on our home field.
So last thing, and I've asked you this before, but it's amazing to me just because it's different from when your brother played, when I played, back-to-back district games. Is that something you really like, or you're not a fan, or what's your feel on that?
I really like it. I think we voted on that in 2015 to get to come to that. It makes you have a more complete team.
Sure.
So you can't. We did have it set up. There were 6 straight weeks of district games, and you could throw the same guy out there every night, pitching wise. And if you had one good pitcher, you could go 6-0 in the district.
Oh yeah.
So. This makes you have more than one pitcher. Makes you have a little bullpen depth. So I like it.
Yeah, well, I like it just for that reason because I think it is. Well, one, I think it's an advantage for us because we have so many arms. But I think it is, like you said, one guy can't dominate.
Right.
One guy can't dominate the district. So just looking forward, Coach. What are some things that you guys are looking forward to? What are some things you're trying to clean up here as so we get down to the middle to end of the stretch, ready for district tournament?
Defensive play here lately has kind of bit us. But we're trying to clean that up every day,
Sure.
like I said. And then having good approaches at the plate. We have to realize we're not a home run hitting team.
Sure.
And instead of swinging like that, we need to keep it simple. Put the ball in play, limit our strikeout numbers, and just try to move runners. Do the stuff we were doing early in the year well.
Right.
So we like to run.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to continue running, and then hopefully we have guys that come up with hits with runners in scoring position.
I like it. Talk a little bit about these two fellas over here that they're going to come on and talk to us a little bit.
I brought Mason Reynolds. He's a senior. And Merrick Graham. He's a junior. They're both really good kids, and kind of like the two that Todd brought, Coach Montgomery brought. They represent the school and the program well, and the community. So it's, I'm always happy to let them represent us.
Absolutely. Well, they're two great guys, as well as you are, Coach. We're so excited to have you. Thank you for sharing your guys with us, sharing a little bit of your time on a Sunday afternoon. And we'll bring, I guess, Merrick. Come on in here, Merrick, as Merrick's going to come in and sit down and talk to us a little bit. Merrick Graham.
Hey, check this out, Coach. Merrick is batting .413.
All right.
And his ERA is .97.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. I something I could work on you with. I couldn't come up with it. So maybe your golf swing. That might be the only thing.
Yeah.
But Merrick, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you, man. First and foremost, thanks for joining us. Before we get too far, tell us a little bit about Merrick Grahams for some folks that may not know you, but just a little bit about you and what's brought you to today.
Well, I've grew up playing baseball my whole life. Started when I was about 3 or 4. Just big baseball guy, like I said last year. In college, I'd like to play baseball. Major in business or sports therapy for sure. That's about it.
So before we get started with you, Merrick, give us a little bit of a health update. So I know you fought it for the last few years, and you've been through more than most guys could ever imagine. And I've talked to your dad for long stretches of time about some of your rehab, and it's very impressive the stuff that you've done to get back to where you're at. So how are you feeling? And halfway through the season, how's your body feel?
Oh, I'm back to 100% now.
That's great.
Worked hard rehabbing this off season. Got back to where I was before and a little better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, the stats speak for themselves.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean that's really impressive there, Merrick. Talk to us about similar questions I asked earlier. Maybe a favorite memory that you have, and maybe what's your walk-up song.
Favorite memory is definitely the bus rides. They're always
That's
fun.
kind of a common thing.
It really is.
Yeah.
I was just getting sick when I was riding the bus. I'm not very good
Well,
at
you
that.
wasn't batting .413.
I wasn't batting .413. That's true.
Walk-up song is Rump Shaker by Rec X and Effect.
Oh, does that sound familiar?
It does not.
It does not.
I want to, let's see, put it in my phone. Siri, what? I don't know any of that stuff. So you're talking about college. It's still a little bit away. You got a year and a half or so. Actually, a little over a year. What are some places? I don't want to pin you down, but what are some places you're looking for? Somewhere local, somewhere out of town, out of state, or what's kind of your goals?
UK is a good option for me. Local schools, little bit smaller schools, probably be able to play baseball there, but anywhere really is fine with me.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
He just wants to play ball.
Oh, I mean, I get it. I mean, if I'm playing as well as he is, I do too.
That's exactly right. So obviously you got great stats at the plate. You got great stats on the mound. If you had to do one or the other, what's your favorite of the two? Do you like throwing it or you like hitting it?
Most of the time I like throwing it better, but when I'm hitting like I am right now, it's pretty fun.
So and I'll go a little bit farther with that. Bottom of the 7th, either you want to pitch and get the last out as a pitcher, or do you want to be up at bat, bases
get
loaded,
the winning run,
3-2 count, and it's on you if you get the big hit or not.
Up at bat, definitely.
Oh yeah, I like it. Good.
So talk. You said the way you're hitting it right now. So hitters go through phases to where they just really see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see it better coming out of the hand. It seems like the motion slow down and that kind of thing. What are some things you have to do to kind of get into that zone through practice and repetition? I don't think people realize the amount of time and cuts you have to get in to where you're really feeling in a groove and you can see the ball well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of cuts. Got to see a lot of different velos, a lot of different pitches.
Yeah.
It's hard to get in the groove, but once you're there, it's pretty fun.
It's good. It's good. Now, I can't say that I've been there very often.
At the buffet line.
That's right. That's what people have told me. They've told me that it's pretty good. Last but not least, we asked Kylie this a little bit about pitching. How many pitches do you throw, and in a course of a game that you feel like you have a lot of command and can throw at any point in time?
Recently, I've been sticking to just 3: fastball, curveball, slider.
Mm-hmm.
But in the past, I've worked in a changeup too.
Yeah.
So now, do we call the pitch in the dugout, or is that something you and the catcher decide? I mean, so walk us through that.
There's a coach in the dugout that gives signs to the catcher, and then the catcher relays them.
Okay.
Now, do you wait? I mean, do you shake them off much, or you like?
Hey, Coach Ellis,
whatever he's throwing. Like I was like, no, Coach, I'm bringing the heat right here. Like I'm throwing it by this guy. Or do you pretty much 100% when they call something?
Pretty much 100%.
And so that's good because you feel like you got command on anything and that you could throw for a strike. Well, man, we're looking forward to Wednesday. Wednesday's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be out at the ballpark and Lincoln County coming in,
yep.
and nothing make us any happier than a big W on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
It's nice to see you, man.
Nice
to see you, Merrick.
Good job, buddy. Appreciate
you'll trade off with Mr. Reynolds here.
We have a comment.
We have a comment.
Evan Preston
said
that's a nice jacket.
He's
not sure where he got it from, but he said it is a nice jacket.
Well, I appreciate that. Yep. This was my coaching salary. I get to wear.
Do you think you got a good deal? Or I don't
know.
The program got
I don't know.
A good deal?
So Evan probably got the better of the deal because I was there the entire year, but probably not. Just depends. How are you, sir?
Good.
Nice to see you, Mr. Reynolds. First and foremost, nice haircut.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys have got some serious hair game going.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
that's one of our biggest strengths.
I mean,
and it kind of seems like that in baseball.
It really does.
Yeah, kind of that's a baseball
it really
thing.
does.
Yeah.
You know, last year yours was, I don't know if it was as long as Merrick's, but it was right up there.
Yeah.
And y'all had some other guys, but you kind of got the flow going. I like it. I like it. It looks good.
See, we're envious. That's what it comes down to.
I'm 100% envious. Now, his dad had good hair, too, back in the day. So, I'm not – I mean, he gets it. It's good genetically. So, Mason, tell us a little bit about you. So, a lot of people already know you, but some people that may not know you, tell us a little bit about you and the kind of your history in sports and in Garrard County.
I'm a senior. I played soccer in the fall and then baseball in the spring. Started playing baseball first. I was probably 4 or 5.
Uh-huh.
Didn't pick soccer up until middle school. But, yeah, it's just sports. Do that all year round pretty much. Always been a big thing. Love doing them.
So prefer baseball, soccer?
Probably
if you had to pick one.
Probably baseball.
Baseball.
Well, it's in season now, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I get it. And, I mean, you know, the same thing I said about Merrick. I mean, Mason is hitting .333.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's flat out getting it done, too. I mean, that's getting it done at the plate. Kind of, we've asked this same question, favorite memory with the baseball program?
Definitely just bus rides, going out to eat after games. We'll go to the Mexican restaurant every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Just hanging out with all the guys.
Well, I would tell you, I mean, and we've talked a lot about that. That's what you're going to remember for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, that's what I mean, I'm 48 years old, and I can still remember the bonds with my brothers and things like that. So, I mean, that's fantastic.
So, soccer, you were strictly defense. Right, because you're the goalie, you're the keeper. They call you the keeper. Yeah. But in baseball, you pitch just like Merrick does, but you also hit it. So what do you like better? I mean, if you kind of Coach Gresham's question here, if you had the opportunity to win the game at the plate or win the game on the mound, what are you doing?
Probably the mound. I think I'm just more comfortable. Just on the defensive side.
Just throwing the cheese past them, right? So I just want to make you look bad. I want to make you look bad.
So, walk-up song.
Thunderstruck.
Hey, I know that
remember that one.
Listen, Paul Reynolds came through for me. Hey, I know that one. I know that one. That's I'm 1 for 4, batting .250. That's all.
Because we've had some blank stares on a couple of
Oh, my gosh. I'd heard of Beyonce, but I knew nothing else that was going on. So Thunderstruck.
Oh, I like Thunderstruck. That's old school.
Senior year, you're looking forward to college, I'm sure. And so what's the future hold for Mason Reynolds?
I'm still trying to figure it out right now.
Okay.
Just trying to wait and see all the options at the end of the year. But probably want to major in engineering or something in that field. So keeping that in mind.
So Mason's
pretty cool.
Scott's always talking about his memories with Paul. So has Paul shared any memories with you about Scott?
Yeah, we
Can
probably
you
don't
share any of these?
Probably not.
So I will give you, most of the memories Paul had with me was before he started playing. We were sitting on the bench together in basketball. But before he started playing a bunch, because Paul was an outstanding basketball player. But we've had a lot of good times, throughout the time. Tell us a little bit about the team. The record's crazy. 13-4. I know you guys have dropped 2 district games, but 13-4. It's something you've got to be very proud of. But also, it's a building block to kind of catapult you out throughout the rest of the season.
Well, we started really strong, and then we hit spring break, got in a little bit of a slump there, but we're breaking out of it now, I think. And we've been winning a lot of games, and we still haven't put together a complete game. I don't think we're all our pitching, defense, and hitting are all working together like that. So when we do, I think it'll be really, really cool to see.
What would you think the strongest part of your team is? Like, obviously you got a lot. There's a lot of really good. What would you consider probably the biggest strength of the team?
I'm not sure. I think it's just our pitching's been really well, and then our hitting's been really well. And just those two working together some games.
And I think that describes the record, right? I mean, we have a well-rounded team, right?
Yep.
So absolutely.
And one of the things when you look at your all stats, and you don't hit a lot of home runs. I mean, so you put the ball in play, which to me I love. Hitting behind runners, putting the ball in play, shortening up, that kind of thing. What about, is that something that Coach Ellis is always stressing with you guys? Is just moving runners out, just creating
Absolutely.
offense?
Just having good at bats, drawing walks, being selfless, laying down a bunt, helping your guy get to the next base. So just doing jobs. We preach that a lot.
So I listened to the first Bull County game, and that was kind of what I took from it. You guys get somebody on base, whether it's through a hit, through a walk, you're going to small ball it, bunt them over, whatever, steal a base, get your guys in scoring position, and then just get that hit.
Right.
And that to me, I love that, the creating the offense. As you can see, I was not much of a home run hitter, but I enjoy watching that. And if you watch UK now,
I agree.
They're having a great season, and that's kind of what they do. You have to generate offense,
and that shows up every night.
It does.
Right. That's right.
No doubt. And again, people don't pay attention in baseball as much to that, but there's styles of baseball, just like in styles of basketball. A team that presses or shoots a lot of threes or whatever. You have teams that are strictly swinging for the fences, and then teams that have to generate their own offense. So one more thing I got to ask you as you go through there, comment about your dad, because he and I are big buddies, and I absolutely love Paul Reynolds. But what are some things it's been like growing up with an athletic minded father? I know I should have asked Merrick this as well, because his dad's the same way. I mean, what's it like? How are the car rides home? How are the things before you were driving? Is he always talking to you about nitpicking you about things you could do better, or is he just more of a, this overall tomorrow's a new day type guy?
He's more of the second. Just big supporter. Gives a lot of lessons on things he did, how I can. We talk a lot about just the mental approaches to baseball games. It's such a mental game. So
Absolutely.
He just helps me with that. He's a big supporter. Really
great
nitpicky.
Dude, man.
Yeah.
Great dude. And so sitting here thinking, there's a lot of Sutton Pharmacy connections here. Is where we got the Sutton Pharmacy now with Scott Graham and Michael Hall, and then your grandfather that was there for many, many years.
And, I mean, our sponsors like Sutton Pharmacy allows us to do what we're doing here, so we definitely appreciate that.
And we do appreciate that. But there's been a lot of the Sutton Pharmacy in your lineage as well about Granddad. Well, Mason, thank you so much, buddy. We appreciate you, Coach Ellis, Mr. Graham, coming in and hanging out with us a little bit. Best of luck to you guys. Looking forward to Wednesday. It won't be as cold as it was last year when we were there. I look like an Eskimo trying to call the game out there as it was so cold. But we're looking forward to Wednesday and some good weather. And with that, we'll take another break, and we'll be back as we're going to have the tennis team come in, and we're going to have Miss Mallory Watkins, which is going to sit down and talk to us, and we can show off all of our tennis knowledge. If you have any tennis things, you might want to write it down. I may need some questions. But this is Golden Lion Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of Garrard County basketball. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all deal-maker price. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
Friendly service from people you know. That's Sutton Pharmacy. We offer prescription management, preventative vaccinations, even local delivery. Just a few of the ways we work to keep our hometown healthy. Caring for a community, one patient at a time. That's Sutton Pharmacy.
We are
your friends and neighbors.
We live,
work,
and play here.
We offer modern banking
with personal service
you've come to know.
We are
Whitaker Bank.
We are GC.
At Toyota of Somerset, we've been blessed to serve our community and blessed to be able to support the local schools and their sports programs. It's just our way of saying thanks. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you.
Hey, I'm Maria Montgomery, and you're watching Main Street Media TV.
And welcome back, folks. Golden Lion Sports Network. Jeff Jacobs, Kalem Gresham, Scott Boland here. We've had a great time talking to our Lady Lion softball and our Golden Lion baseball teams. Now we're going to move to tennis. This is a first for me, Mallory, is talking tennis. I'm not very well versed. But Mallory Watkins, thank you for joining us, Mallory. We appreciate that. Tell us, some people that may not be as familiar with Mallory Watkins, just a little bit about your history, some things that maybe you like to do, not tennis related, but just a little bit more about you.
I run my own business.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm a woodworker. My papa taught me, so I do that on the side to make money. And I've been playing for about 4 or 5 years.
Awesome.
And when you say you play for 4 or 5 years, you've been excelling.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so one of the things, man, we've tried to get you on for the last 2 years.
Really?
We really have. But it's just, we would try to do a softball game or a baseball game and have you on during one of those innings because you do. I mean, you flat out excel on the tennis court there. So we're really excited to have you on here today.
So let me clarify. You've only been playing for 4 or 5 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Really? What got you started? What got you going?
Probably my mom. She told me to pick a sport, and I picked tennis. And I
Good job, Mom.
I tried it, and I didn't really like it at first, and then I kept playing. I haven't stopped since.
So walk us, when she said pick a sport, she was talking about picking a school sport, or did you just go buy a racket and show up at the tennis court?
She was just like, okay, you need to pick a sport. And I was like, she's like, you can pick anything you want to. And I tried tennis, and I remember looking at my mom. I was like, I'm not doing this every day. And then after I did it my first time, I've been playing ever since. I loved it.
Fantastic.
So, that's it. I might go home and try that with my daughter.
Yeah. I say, hey, you're getting a sport. Problem is, mine's into everything. She wants all that stuff. And before we go any farther, you piqued my interest. So woodworking. So you have your own business. So what kind of things are you making? Are you building? My dad's a woodworker. Did it kind of on the side. So what are some things that you specialize in?
So I do scroll work. So it's like I make vases. You can basically make anything you want. I can make puzzles.
Right.
Stuff like that.
And so you sell them, I guess, online, or you sell them to little markets, or what kind of
markets usually?
Fantastic. That's really cool.
I mean, I'm almost speechless because I can't make any of that stuff.
I don't even want to talk tennis. Let's just talk woodworking. Let's just talk
woodworking. Get Mike. Mike can come over.
Yeah, that's right. We'll just talk woodworking. So tell us a little bit about your history in tennis. I know you just started 4 or 5 years ago. You've been to the state tournament now. What? 2 times?
Twice.
Yeah.
And so at what point you started tennis and you're like, you know what? I don't know if I like this or not, but I'm really good. Like, I'm pretty good at it. Like
so I didn't start out good.
Well, but you didn't start out horrible either because you've only been playing for 4 or 5 years and been to the state tournament twice.
Yeah.
So you were okay.
Yeah.
So
at what, 40%?
That's right. At what point you like, I might be all right at this?
Well, I did fall in love with it after I started playing it. But I remember loving it and looking at my mom. I said, I want to play more. And it just kept going more and more.
So go a little bit into that. What makes you love playing tennis?
I love the long games. I love playing tennis. I love learning about tennis, watching tennis. I love, learning about strokes and how to hit it right. And I don't know.
So do you have, in a region, the region like we're in, do you have certain girls that are like that one? You know, I circle her or I circle this. And so just knowing that probably down the line I'm going to have to get through her in order to win region. Who are some of your biggest, obviously all of them are big matches, but who are some of your toughest matches when you go through the year?
East.
Okay.
Mercer. That's probably it. You have to look out for people. You know, people come in.
Sure.
I know those girls that are from there. They play in the tournament circuit. I don't just play spring. I play year-round, and I play in tournaments. So I see these girls, and I know how they play.
So what's our anticipated seed going into this year's regional?
I beat our second seed, so I'll be second seed in going into the tournament of region.
So who's the number 1 seed?
Susu.
Is she East Jessamine?
East.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, do you study these girls much? You she's got this tendency. This one has this tendency. Do you study that kind of stuff, or you're more like, I'm going to get my game at top, and then they're just going to beat me?
So, I pick on things about them.
Sure.
I learned when I play with that girl from East Jessamine.
Right.
She was in my same practice with me at one point.
Right.
So I know what she does, and she knows what I do.
Right.
So I make sure to I play my game and kind of play against hers.
So tell me about the state tournament. You've been there twice. What's it like? Obviously, very few people in high school athletics get the chance to experience a state tournament in any sport. And obviously you're one of the few. So what's it like when you go to the state tournament?
It's a lot of girls, a lot of talented girls. It's very big, and boys, it's a little intimidating if you let it be intimidating.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's really early in the morning.
Yeah.
First round, everybody's they have snow cones and stuff, but everybody's kind of nervous for the first round.
I bet.
And one of the things I remember as an high school principal and athletic director, those are hot days. I mean, it's almost a game of attrition, who's got the most stamina and things like that as well. But man, I tell you, we actually had an individual play for the state championship back-to-back years. And I mean, just so exciting to go to the state tournament, kind of see how big it is. And then when the players are advancing, just kind of those games start meaning even a little bit more important, and the added stress kind of goes up. Do you feel like you kind of handle pressure pretty well? Or?
I think I do. I mean, it's rewarding just to be there. So right. I'm like, as long as I'm representing my school good and doing good, then I'm good. So
Absolutely.
I try to take the pressure off, because you can't really think about it. If you think about it, it's going to psych you out.
That's right.
It kind of reminds me of our shows.
No
we
doubt.
Just don't, we don't think about our shows
I try not
much.
to think about it until Jeff points at me. It's like, it's time to go. So what's the future hold for Mallory Watkins? I mean, when you get out of school and you move on, what are you wanting to play college or
which is that?
Committed to Asbury.
So I was hoping to bring us up. So we're going to Asbury, right?
Yeah.
And so why Asbury? Like, what was one of the things that drew you there?
So I was at first like, okay, I'm gonna go D2, and then you realize that it's a lot.
Sure.
So I went to Asbury. I talked to the coach, and I have a bunch of coaches that did go there.
Fantastic.
They told me how great it was. And I watched the girls play, and they seem all happy. And
yeah,
which is important, right? Mm-hmm. So favorite class in high school, and then what are we looking at majoring in at Asbury?
Favorite class in high school, English.
Who's the teacher?
Miss Turner, probably.
Miss Turner?
Great.
She graded my papers hard. I was mad at her. I'd get like a 98. I'd be like, just give me 100.
Yeah, that's right. I always got mad when I got 98.
Yeah.
98, 99.
That makes me so
I got
mad.
98 a couple of times. And if you added a couple of my papers up, right, to get 98. So what are we looking at majoring in at Asbury?
I'm going to be an English major so that I can go to law.
Good for you. So you're going to do law long term?
Lawyer, yeah.
Fantastic.
Wow, that's interesting. We ever get in trouble, we know who to call.
That's exactly right.
I say when we get in trouble.
We want to keep you close to us. So law. What kind of law would you like to practice ultimately? I know it's way down the road, but what would you like to do?
Not really sure.
Just whatever.
Just whatever.
That's really neat. So season is going well. What's your record right now as far as individually?
I've lost one time, I think, out of 5 or 6 games.
Good for you.
Sure.
Good
impressive.
for you.
Very impressive.
That is impressive. Well, folks, this is Mallory Watkins. Mallory's on our girls basketball. Sorry, girls tennis team with Coach Sabrina Coffey. Is Coach Coffey?
What's it like playing for Coach Coffey?
Oh, she's really supportive.
Yeah,
that's
she
awesome.
She always asks me if I'm doing okay. She's always there. I have to call her. I'll be like, Coffee, get over here.
I could definitely see her being somebody that would be very, very supportive in all that you're doing and making sure that you have whatever you need. But we're so proud of you and excited about the future, Mallory Watkins, going to Asbury, and we're going to continue to follow you and follow your success, and we look forward to the many great things that's to come. Thank you for joining us today, Mallory.
Great job,
Folks. That's Mallory Watkins, as she is on our very successful boys and girls soccer. Now, man, how can you get tennis teams? I mean, as you can
You're
tell,
rusty, Coach.
I'm all over this
tennis.
Get out and make sure that you get the chance to watch Mallory and her teammates as they continue out throughout this season. This is Golden Lion Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Bob Allen is a proud sponsor of Garrard County Basketball. Shop Bob Allen for a winning selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, all deal-maker priced. Click and save today at boballenmotormall.com.
At Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, we understand the meaning of commitment, hard work, and extra effort. Just like our Golden and Lady Lion teams, we're proud to be part of the tradition that makes our community special. Central Kentucky Federal Savings Bank, your hometown friends, your hometown bank.
Garrard County is our special place. And that's why Hunt Insurance Agency is proud to serve the insurance needs of local businesses, families, and individuals. We build relationships that last because getting to know you and your personal needs is what we do best. Hunt Insurance Agency.
Since 1951, Danville Office Equipment has dedicated itself to providing personal service and superior office products for our customers. We take a lot of pride in their success because that's how we measure ours. Danville Office Equipment, Danville, Lebanon, and Somerset.
People were notified.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And welcome back, folks, as we were sitting here just talking about how great our folks have been today. I mean, again, just kind of going back, our coaches, our players, I mean, fantastic folks, right?
Always impressed by getting to spend time with these student athletes. And I say it every time. I enjoy this. We love the ball games, but this is really great.
I love it.
And this is part of what this platform was designed to do, just to be part of it like this is and to spend some time with them and the coaches. Just great young people and great coaches working with them.
Yeah, we're definitely blessed.
No, without a doubt. And we want to take just a little bit of time here to thank our sponsors. Without our sponsors, none of this would be able to happen. You've been able to see the commercials that kind of roll through here, and we're so thankful for our sponsors that put some money out to make sure that they're supporting our schools, but ultimately supporting our student athletes.
Well, they do. They make all this possible. And, I mean, all this – it looks easy, but there's a lot to it.
No doubt.
There's a lot to it with the equipment and everything, and just it's great to have all those folks support us. And you know, I hate to say it, but think about it: football and fall sports are around the corner, and I know I've had a lot of people contact us already about being part of it in the fall, and we will never take on too many because we want to make sure that the value is there for the people that support this channel, and always will. And I mean, again, I think it's going to be a great season.
I agree.
We're going to have some new schools we're visiting. I think these season 2 for Coach Crutchfield and the boys, looking for some big things. I think there are going to be a lot of folks interested. And if you are, please let us know. We're working on some things. We want to make this even more affordable so we can attract not only our great supporters that we've had to the time, but I'd love to bring in some new people. And believe it or not, we're working really hard to see if we can package things up and make that even more realistic for folks. And I'm excited about that. And quite frankly, the page keeps growing.
I agree.
And and the YouTube is really our YouTube channel is really picked up. So it's becoming more and more, I think, of a value too. So
I agree with that.
So at the same time, we're going to actually try to make it a little bit more affordable because we want to keep it fresh and allow some more folks to be part of this. Because man, it's a lot of fun.
I agree. It's a ton of fun.
It's
folks,
so much fun.
If you're watching this and you're not following Main Street Media TV, click on that like, click on that follow, and sign up to get notified when we go live and when we're having programming, so you can kind of be a part of this.
And share it. We want new folks to be involved, and if you do have some people that are a business that you think may want to sponsor, just reach out to them, have them reach out to us, and we'll get in contact. And like I said, looking forward to Wednesday.
Can't wait. I'm excited about the spring
baseball
stuff.
Game,
Yeah, I can't wait.
5:30.
Yep.
May the 5th.
And
softball.
And Wednesday we're going to have David Mead, state representative from Garrard County and Lincoln County, kind of join us in the second inning. And then we actually have Chief Deputy for the Lincoln County Sheriff Department, Brandon Curtis, is going to join us in the fourth inning.
Yeah.
So
that's another great part of this platform is all the folks that we bring on in the community that get a chance to share what's going on in this community. And again, it's so much fun to be part of it.
I agree.
Appreciate you guys.
Get a couple of springs, and then we'll be back. We'll be back in the fall.
Be thinking about walk-up songs because we're talking about walk-up songs Wednesday.
We're ready to roll.
Walk-up songs.
I've gave Coach Crutchfield a little bit of time since it's been off, but I got some new touchdown plays. I'm trying to get with him. Before we get into August. He's always wanting to call me and text me like, "Hey man, do you have
about X's and O's?
X's and O's, touchdown plays, that kind of thing." But looking forward to it, man. It's great to see you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching today.
All the folks, thank you for joining us. This is Dr. Kalem Gresham, Professor Jeff Jacobs, and Scott Boland, and we will talk to you soon.